you doing today? I hope you are doing well. So for today's video we have actually a cooking recipe. I'm getting ready to prepare, I would say, dinner, and we are going to make a healthy version of KFC with some chicken and some potatoes and two dips. So stay tuned for that, and let's start with the video. Alright, so first thing I want to show you the ingredients. You need some potatoes, some yogurt, some quinoa, 2 eggs, 1 avocado, some flour, and some chicken breast. So first thing, I'm going to put the oven on 200 degrees and let it heat up while this is being done. Next, I'm going to boil the quinoa. I just add loads of quinoa because you will need it later, you will see why. And I just had some water in the kettle and I'm just gonna pour that on top and I'm gonna let it boil. Meanwhile, I do other things. Right, so while that is cooking, I'm gonna take the chicken and start slicing it. You basically wanna make chicken strips, or if you prefer like chicken wings or like chicken drumsticks. But I'm just cutting my chicken in like strips and putting them on a plate for later. I basically did 2 chicken breasts and a half. And my quinoa is still cooking there, so all good. So once the chicken is ready, we take some potatoes. I took about 4 to 5. I did 5 actually, yes, I did 5 now that I remember. And I quickly washed them because I keep the peel on. And then I just cut them in like stripes again. Just same way if you would make just French fries, for example. And then I cut all 5 potatoes. So once that's done, I just put them in a tray, and there's some baking paper as well. Just gonna fast forward that because we all know how to put them on the tray. And I'm gonna add some ingredients. There's gonna be some salt, some pepper, some basil, basically chili, this is and garlic powder basically. So I'm just gonna add that. Now there goes the chili and the basil, and on top of that, to season it, some olive oil, and then just mix all of them a bit. There you go, just mixing them. So next I take the 2 eggs, I put them on a plate and I mix them together very well. Oops, there's a bit going out, but come back in. And then I just mix them very, very well. And then in the other plate I put some flour. There you go, you can see me putting the flour. Just closing the bag to make sure there's no spillage. And then I add some salt, some garlic powder again, and some pepper. And then lastly, the last plate will have the quinoa that we previously boiled and drained. Very important to drain it for a bit. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take chicken strips, I'm gonna put them in the egg, then I'm gonna put them in the flour and put just a bit of flour on top, and lastly I'm gonna put them in the quinoa. And you just want to repeat these steps with all the chicken strips we have. And once the quinoa is on top, I'm just gonna put them in a tray on a baking paper again. And so you're doing the same steps again. Egg, flour, and quinoa. Right. So I'm just putting them on the tray. You can see this fast forward because there's lots of chicken strips. So once that's done, this is the last pieces of chicken I'm doing. There's quite a few, to be honest. I do recommend this recipe, it's quite actually healthy, you know. Right, so just put everything in the oven, as I mentioned before, at 200 degrees. And I usually leave it for 15-20 minutes. I just check back, to be honest. I don't really set a timer, but when I feel they're done, I just take them out. So we just put that in the oven, and our next step will be making the dips. So for the dips, we have two dips. One will be avocado with some lemon and salt and pepper. And you just see me putting the avocado in a bowl, and then I'm gonna mash it. Right, just the avocado there. Right, and now mash, mash, mash once this is done. There you go. I'm just adding the juice of a lemon now. Perfect. And just mashing again to mix everything together, and adding some salt. This salt wasn't very strong, so there's a lot of salt being added to it, but it actually wasn't that salty. Just mixing again, and then we add some pepper. There you go, that's the pepper. And that's our first dip done. Now, moving into the second one, we need some yogurt. I have this yogurt, you can use Greek yogurt, it just has to be plain yogurt. I put around 5 spoons. This is the main dip actually for the strips. It's really, really yummy. It goes very well with the strips. It's like a healthy version of a probably ranch dip. And then I have some garlic, and I'm just gonna put the garlic in there. It was very, very garlicky, to be honest. And yeah, that's the garlic done. Then we just mix everything together very, very well. Add some salt again. There's gonna be a lot of salt because this salt wasn't strong, and it wasn't salty enough. There's some pepper being added. There you go. And we mix again. And then the last thing I'm gonna add is some parsley, and we mix again. trying it and Max is trying it, and a bit more salt that goes in. And mixing again, and that's it. Mixing. I'm trying the other dip. So our chicken strips are done. There you go, that's how they look. And the potatoes are done too. I just left them there and I took them out later. But basically this is a very nice replacement for a KFC meal. Very, very healthy as well. Everything homemade, there's nothing fried. The dips are very healthy as well. And very, very yummy. So definitely give it a go, guys. And if you like it, please comment in the section below or send me any pictures. Hope you liked it, guys. See you next time.